The soul gem emitted an earthy yellow light, as if it had put armor on Lin Moyu, enveloping his entire body. When he first obtained the soul gem, it had once enhanced his soul's defense, but that enhancement was more like passive defense and couldn't block the light spots. Now the soul gem actively activated, forming a stronger defensive layer, blocking the light spots. Without the interference of the light spots, the connection between his soul and body gradually recovered and would soon return to its previous state. He continued to move forward, following the direction of the light spots. Even the weakest God Sovereign couldn't get lost here. They must have entered a deeper area and then couldn't return. The light spots continued to increase, but they no longer posed any threat to him. The scenery on the ground kept changing, with flowers, grass, and pools of water looking very harmonious. However, Lin Moyu found it strange that he hadn't encountered any more insects. If the insects were one of the dangers in this world, why did he only encounter 3 at the beginning, and never again? Having experienced so many secret realms and strange places, Lin Moyu's intuition told him that this was very unusual. When something unusual happens, there must be a reason. He became even more vigilant, knowing that even with the soul gem's protection, he couldn't guarantee absolute safety. A gust of wind blew, and he saw a cyan wind tunnel in his vision. All the light spots were being sucked into the wind tunnel, flying rapidly forward. Lin Moyu's first reaction was not to enter the wind tunnel, but to follow its direction. However, he found that he couldn't move forward in the direction of the wind tunnel. An invisible wall blocked his way. It seemed that only by passing through the wind tunnel could he continue forward. Unfortunately, I can't summon the Buddha Lich here and can't use True Sight. All spells were unusable at this moment. Even the Undying Law was restricted, let alone True Sight. Without True Sight, he couldn't foresee the danger. Should I go in or not? Returning now would mean mission failure. Having come this far, he couldn't just give up. After pondering for a few seconds, Lin Moyu resolutely entered the wind tunnel. The wind tunnel had a suction force, dragging him forward. Numerous light spots hit his body, but were bounced off by the earthy yellow light. Without the soul gem's protection, these light spots would have passed through his body at this moment. This place is dangerous. Lin Moyu felt a chill in his heart. The light spots in the wind tunnel were far more numerous than outside. In a short time, being pierced by so many light spots would drastically weaken the connection between his soul and body. Moreover, in the wind tunnel, the soul couldn't resist and could only be dragged forward. He didn't know when the wind tunnel would end. If it lasted a bit longer, the connection between his soul and body might break before he left the wind tunnel. Once the connection broke, Lin Moyu guessed that his soul would be unable to return and would be lost here forever. In the wind tunnel, Lin Moyu was carried along, pondering the real purpose of the Yu family's visit here. The battlefield information didn't mention anything about this place, nor any benefits to be gained. Did the Yu family know something, which is why they sent people in and brought such a precious soul artifact? What exactly is the Yu family here for? As he pondered, Lin Moyu kept counting. When he counted to 1,000, he was finally thrown out of the wind tunnel. His soul floated in the air, and he struggled to stabilize himself. After about 1,000 seconds, he had encountered countless light spots, which an ordinary God Sovereign couldn't withstand. After leaving the wind tunnel, Lin Moyu remained motionless, observing his surroundings. He had entered a new space, and the environment had changed dramatically. The blue light cluster above his head was gone, but the connection with his body still existed. If he wanted to return to his body, he would have to go back through the wind tunnel to the previous area. He was surrounded by towering cliffs, as if he were trapped in the middle of them. Waterfalls cascaded down from the tops of the cliffs, silently hitting the ground. The light spots that had flown out of the wind tunnel with him all flew into the bottom of the cliffs and disappeared. At the bottom of the cliffs, there was a layer of mist, blocking his vision. Seeing the waterfalls, he again felt an urge to drink and bathe in them. He immediately suppressed this strange thought. His will became incredibly firm and calm, and any thoughts that didn't belong to him couldn't influence him. The mist below gave him a bad feeling. If he went down, something bad might happen. His soul slowly ascended, soon hitting the top. There was an invisible wall at the top, forming a solid ceiling. Lin Moyu tried to hit the top with the scourge staff, but there was no reaction. He then checked the cliffs, which were equally solid and unbreakable. The entire space was like an inverted lid, trapping him inside, with the only exit being the wind tunnel. But the wind tunnel was one way. Lin Moyu knew he couldn't go back against the flow. After searching around, he found no other way out and focused on the mist. Watching the numerous light spots fly into the mist and disappear, Lin Moyu muttered to himself, "I can only go down and see." Feeling a bit uneasy, Lin Moyu knew that going down might lead to uncontrollable events, but he had no choice. It seemed that after entering the wind tunnel, things started to get out of control. Flying into the mist, the soul gem emitted an even brighter light, dispersing the surrounding mist. This showed that the mist could harm the soul, otherwise it wouldn't trigger the soul gem's reaction. The mist-covered area was vast, and Lin Moyu flew for a long time before passing through it. In this special world, he had lost the concept of time and couldn't accurately describe distances. Everything became vague and approximate. Finally, he passed through the mist and saw the bottom. The bottom was a large pool, with steam rising from it, forming the thick mist. Waterfalls from the cliffs poured into the pool, and there were a few areas around the pool not covered by water. Then Lin Moyu saw a yellow light cluster at the edge of a cliff, similar to the light from his soul gem. In the white mist, the light cluster was very conspicuous. It pushed away the mist, creating a space in this water and mist-filled area. Through the light cluster, Lin Moyu saw 3 soul bodies and a headpiece. Found it. Lin Moyu was delighted and immediately flew over. There were 3 soul bodies in the light cluster, and his arrival didn't attract their attention. He found that the 3 souls had lost consciousness and seemed to be in a coma. The yellow light cluster protecting them was emitted by the headpiece. Without this headpiece, the 3 souls would have been in grave danger. Fortunately, although they were unconscious, Lin Moyu could sense that they were unharmed. Just as Lin Moyu was about to approach, a clear voice came from the light cluster. "Who are you?"
Please like, share, and subscribe.